All right, well, I camped here at this little pull-off last night, and this is a road I've never been down before. Although I am back up in the northern section of the Talladega National Forest right now. And yeah, originally I was planning to go back into town today, but I got to thinking about it this morning, and I have food. I have a little bit of gas left, and I don't have to work until the morning. So I'm thinking I might just try to stay out in the forest the rest of today and maybe another night. I have no plans. I really don't know what I'm gonna get into today, but that's the cool thing about the national forests is you always find something. You always find something to get into. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so this road that I'm going up right now, again, I've never been down this way. This one is supposed to connect to some more roads that I have been down. I'm not sure what to expect. There was a car that passed through when I got here last night, lower clearance than even the van has, and he went up this way. He didn't come back, so I assume he made it through, which makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, the map shows that a trail kind of connects into this road at some point. I might have already passed it and not noticed, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for it because I'd like to explore some of these hills right here. It's a beautiful spot. All right, well, I made it down this road a couple miles to where a trail should kind of touch the road here. I didn't see any signs for it, but I think that I can kind of see a trail kind of down through there. You can kind of see a little bit of a path, and it runs up along the hills there as well, which is, from the looks of the map, what this trail is supposed to do. So I'm gonna go down the hill and see what it looks like. This might not be the spot, but I'm gonna find out here. Yeah, so I'm not certain, but this trail is a little different than what I'm used to. Um, so it's a little bit wider. I know it doesn't really come through on the camera here, but you can kind of see tracks, almost like this is used for ATVs. I know that there are horse trails, riding trails that run through this area. I might be on one of those, actually. That might be what this is, but either way, I mean, it's a nice trail. I'm enjoying it so far. All right, well, I believe my suspicions were confirmed. That right there is a horseshoe, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, this is definitely a different kind of trail than the ones I've been hiking recently. For one, it's a lot more open. You can tell they do controlled burns out here. There's just a lot less scrub and brush on the ground. And you go through sections where it looks like they're trying to control the pines. There just won't be that many other than saplings. Right here, there's some bigger pines, but yeah, no, this is kind of a nice change of pace. The trail is really good. I mean, if the horses can do it, you know, it's gonna be a little bit more clear. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, just the other day, I noticed them doing some controlled burns on one side of the road going through the forest. The whole place was just smoldering and still on fire. You know, I've never seen how they do that other than YouTube videos, but it sure would be neat to get a close-up look at how they do all that and how they control it. It's just kind of fascinating. Yeah, I know we've still got a little bit more winter left to go, but the past few days it's been so warm, and I don't know what it is, but there's almost a smell in the air when spring is starting to come around. I don't know what it is I'm detecting. It's probably a mixture of all kinds of things blooming or starting to, and probably some other shifts in the ecology that I'm just not aware of. But there's definitely a smell that you get when spring is near. I'm looking forward to that. Although I will say, with it getting warmer, the snakes are gonna start waking up here pretty soon, I imagine. It's nice in the winter when you don't have to worry as much about snakes, but as it gets warmer, you definitely want to be paying more attention to just where you're stepping. You know, there's one thing that still scares me, and it frightens me increasingly the more time I do this kind of thing, you know, van lifing out in the forest, and that's trees coming down like that big guy back there. I mean, it looked healthy enough, but I guess when the ground gets wet and the wind starts blowing, it can bring even the big old giants down. But yeah, like I've said before, I try to be careful about where I park the van. I don't like it when anything is leaning towards it, obviously. And even some bigger, healthier trees around still frighten me a little bit when I park for the night. But yeah, it's a neat and scary experience to hear a tree coming down pretty close to you in the forest. I'm sure you can probably relate and know what I'm talking about, but there's that sound, that initial crack, followed by usually like a few seconds of silence, and then just a smash when it hits the ground. And those few seconds of silence is when it's in free fall and just tipping over. It's pretty frightening when it happens close to you. Yeah, last night, I don't think it was a whole tree that came down, but I was sitting out there in the dark, and I think it was a limb, because I just heard the crack, and then it seemed like an eternity of silence, and then just a smash when that limb hit the ground. But yeah, it could happen at any time. It's definitely something I try to keep in mind. Not so much when I'm hiking, obviously, even though that's, you still got to be careful of that for sure. But I mean, when I parked the van somewhere, oh yeah, the tree came down on it and it was big enough, oh boy, that'd be a bad day at the least. Yeah, I've been seeing quite a few deer out here. Bunch of does. See their little white tails taking off through the bush. But yeah, it makes me think about the coyotes and how many there are out here. I've yet to see one since I've been in Alabama. Definitely heard them all the time. They are singing and carrying on most nights, but it seems like spots like this, it's just kind of open and, you know, kind of, there's a lot of hills and good places to hide or move around in the night. It seems like the coyotes love this kind of spot. Like I said, I haven't seen any since I've been in Alabama, but back in Georgia, in South Georgia, I would see them in the daytime too. There'd just be like a lone coyote that would just kind of walk up on you if you were being quiet enough. You gotta wonder like where they go in the daytime, you know? The big packs of coyotes that get together and start singing at night. Do they just kind of, I'm not an expert, so I mean, I just don't know how they behave, but do they stick together during the day as well, or do they kind of just separate and do their own thing? I don't know, but I would like to see some. Yeah, I was researching it a little bit the other day, looking into the coyotes of Alabama, and online it said that, I can't remember where, but I'm pretty sure it was here in Alabama, that somebody had killed a 60-pound coyote. And apparently that is way heavier than they usually get, close to double the weight. I guess they're normally around 30 pounds or something like that, from what the article said. They thought it might have been a hybrid, maybe a cross between a coyote and maybe a domesticated dog. But 60-pound canine running around out here, that'd be quite a sight. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. As I'm looking forward to going to Tennessee here pretty soon, within the next couple weeks, I already put in my notice at work. So March 7th is my last day of work here in Alabama. But yeah, as I'm gearing up to go to Tennessee, there's just a lot I'm thinking about. When I originally left Georgia 3 months ago to come to Alabama, I was able to find a spot that was just ideal. It was right on the interstate, the town, and plenty of opportunities to work. But then the Talladega National Forest, that's what drew me here, this forest, because it was all around the town. I mean, just huge sections of forest within, 10 minutes of the interstate. So it's really just been ideal for this kind of lifestyle, van life and all that. But yeah, as I'm getting ready to go to Tennessee, I'm thinking about all that I'll need to do, I think I've found another national forest, the Cherokee National Forest, up on the eastern side of the state. But now it'll just be a matter of, finding work close enough to where I can still get out to that forest. I've never been to that forest, so I don't know what to expect from it, but yeah, in the next couple weeks, I'm definitely going to be thinking about all that, and I just hope that I'll be able to find something like this, because this has been truly amazing. Just having the forest all around and close to work, where I could get out and do this. I'm really hoping that I can find something similar in Tennessee. Well, just to give you some size comparison, under this uprooted tree, It's a lot of space under here. Honestly, this would make a pretty good den for a little black bear. I hear a truck coming. You going?
Let's go, man.
Yeah, good.
You ain't seen a white truck down here anywhere, have you?
No, not yet. I haven't gone any further yet though, so. You know what road this is?
I think up there at the beginning of it was 545.
Okay. Dang, I like this. This looks fun.
It is. I don't know what. Every time I come back here, it starts running like crap. I don't know. How come I come back here and it's overloaded?
Yeah. Mine does that when I get up a little higher, you know, like with thinner air, but yeah. Fixing to turn around now just up for a hike.
I hear you. I'll blame you, man.
Yeah.
Place to do it.
Yeah. Let's see it. Yeah, I didn't want to be filming that guy, but yeah, no, he was in a pretty sweet truck, man. That was a beast. You'd have to be in a beast to get that far up this road, man. Some of these ruts are insane, but he was in something that could do it, so it's pretty cool. It's got to be fun. I've said it before, but it has to be fun. But yeah, it's been about 2.5 hours since I left the van, so I've turned around now and gonna try to enjoy the hike back this way. I don't know what the rain's gonna do. It kind of keeps coming on and off. Yeah, so this is an example of what I mean about this road being rough. That fella, first of all, he had to make it down this hill, which is pretty steep. But then he turned around right there as well, so he just had to make it back up this hill. Wow. That one was bad, but it's right up ahead here that it gets really dicey. Whoa. I wish I could demonstrate just how rough this is. You can see where somebody actually put their tires up on this bank here just to get over. Oh yeah. For any of you overlanders out there, come on over to Alabama. This is the place to test your rig. You know, apart from the forests and the landscape in general, something I've really enjoyed about Alabama is the people here. Most people I've met so far have just been incredibly friendly, personable people. Yeah, I've had very few negative interactions since I've been here. And I know anywhere you go, there's gonna be people who are a little more on the disagreeable side, but there have been very few of them here in Alabama so far. So if you're watching this and you're from Alabama, I appreciate it. I really do. That was a pretty neat hike. Honestly, for a horse trail and a road, it wasn't half bad. And yeah, made it back to the van as the rain is really starting to come down. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but happy to be inside for this. I'm kind of parked on a little bit of a slope here right next to a ditch. And since it started raining, it's gotten real muddy around the van. I'm really hoping that I can pull on out of this this spot without any problems. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. I'm thinking about looking for a pull-off. It is 2:30, so yeah, probably need to start thinking about that. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get out of here and then see what's up the road. So, I believe I might have found a pretty decent spot for the night. There are no pine trees around, no big giants close enough to the van that would be enough to worry me. I actually found a really nice pull-off a little while back on the way up up here. And as soon as I got parked, I got out and noticed two really big giant pine trees kind of leaning towards the van, and I'm just not trying to play around with those giants, with the ground being wet and the wind kind of coming and going. But yeah, I've actually been here about an hour and a half. Got into some dry clothes and all that. I just had to wait for my phone to dry out. The rain kind of waterlogged it there, and it was messing with the audio a bit. I'm sure you could tell in the last few clips, but yeah, no, this is gonna work for the night, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how popular this road is. Like I said, I've never been up this way before, but hopefully it'll be a quiet night. I've got to get out of here pretty early in the morning in order to make it back to town with enough time to get cleaned up before work. It's not that I'm crazy far from town out here. It just takes time. It just takes time to get out of these mountain roads with the van. I don't like to push it, as you know. I just kind of like to take it slow. But yeah, I'm not gonna be having any kind of crazy dinner tonight. Probably just throw together some oatmeal or something like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That was an average day of winging it in the woods. No plans, just kind of seeing how the cards fall. But yeah, thanks for coming along as usual and hanging out and enjoying some of this beautiful Alabama scenery with me. And yeah, I guess I'll see you later.